These are the four siblings I still talk to, according to Jinger Duggar. Jinger Duggar's biography has been out for about a week, and in that time, people have been poring over it looking for juicy information about the former reality star's divisive family. Most of these folks have been let down because Jinger's book focuses more on her personal spiritual journey than the issues in her family. But that doesn't mean Jinger won't talk about how her family is becoming more and more dysfunctional. In fact, as she recently pointed out in an interview with E! News, it's practically impossible for her to openly express her faith without mentioning her childhood. Jinger was once asked how she felt about the first book she co-wrote with her sisters Jana, Jill, and Jessa. The book, Growing Up Duggar, was essentially a spiritual manifesto and an outright justification of the contentious Duggar family's way of life. Naturally, Jinger doesn't support the project today. In that book, I expressed many of the values that Bill Gothard had taught me, and I urged young ladies to engage in courtship, follow specific modesty rules, and listen to particular genres of music. Now that I look back on it, I think, ugh, I advertised that. Jinger spoke to E! When I was younger, I would have thought the book's lessons were wonderful, but now that I think back on it, I wish I hadn't said that, she added. Ugh, don't read it. I wished I could tell the girls who purchased my other book. Jinger recently disclosed that she had cut off communication with Josh Duggar, who is presently serving a 12-year prison term for crimes related to child pornography. She claims that some of her siblings, particularly the three sisters with whom she co-wrote Growing Up Duggar, are still very close to her. Jinger remarked, I think all of my elder sisters, with whom I'm very close, and my youngest sister Joy. The sisters and I have always had such a close relationship, and even though I live so far away, I still talk to all of them frequently over FaceTime. Consequently, we remain good friends, Jill said. We believe it is safe to assume that the Duggars aren't as close as they once were as far as the rest of her family is concerned. At one point in the conversation, Jinger commented, I'm hoping that a lot of my family members will read this book. Jinger seemed to be confirming that she doesn't get along with most of her siblings with that remark. What about her parents, who Jinger's rebellious habits caused them to earlier disown? The parties have merely endeavored to talk about such things and, at times, agree to disagree, according to Jinger. Naturally, it sounds like there is still a great deal of conflict among the Duggars. Jinger, hopefully, doesn't regret giving her side of the tale, though.